Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Some Settlements 2. When we last left off, we had acquired the settlement at Hangman's Alley, and we had just discovered Diamond City and the Wall. Okay, so we stopped at the entrance to the pike, the pikey thing. I forget the name. It's like it's not even a sewer. It's like a turnpike, I believe is what they call it. But it's more of an underground system. Okay, so we stopped there. We're going to clear that, and then we're going to clear Hardware Town. And then we might do a little bit of exploration around Diamond City. I've gone back to Sanctuary and I've restocked. I've slept and then fast traveled back to the turnpike. It's not really a turnpike though. Yeah, that I'll have to see when I get in there. Okay, so that's amazing how quickly that eludes me. So, but anyways, because I'm at night again, there is a good chance that we're going to have another feral ghoul pack spawn when I'm in underground. So let's jump in and see how we do. Let's see, I think we need to check one thing here. Make sure we have audio from the game, and we are good to go. Okay, love the nighttime. This reminds me of camping. If you look, the sky does look ominous. It looks a little bit stormy, but it's also amazingly peaceful. Hard to explain. All right, we've already looted our little jellyfish here, so let's go ahead and head in. I'm going to do a quick save before we go in the door, and in we go. I'm almost going to guarantee that we are going to get a ghoul pack indoors. It's kind of funny because I'm fairly positive that I have it set up so that feral ghouls are not supposed to spawn indoors. So I'm not sure what's up with that. We've got one more. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can collect any resources. Now, if the ghouls do spawn, it would be nice if they spawn, at this moment, and that way I can completely exit out. But I do have some smart grenades we can try. They are supposed to allow the player to... Let's see, are we on impact grenades? Yes, we are. It's supposed to damage everything but the player. Let's see how close we can get here. I believe this way is the direction where the trunk is. I believe this is where the trunk is. Got another one. Oh, this is a little short, dude. Time to put some. We gotta put some distance here.
Unit level.
Man, I'll tell you, this weapon hits like a hammer. Okay, I think we're clear there. They literally should have called that, instead of a battle rifle, they should have called it the hammer. Probably could rename it, maybe, in the workbench. Maybe rename it there at the workbench. Well, we definitely can't escape that way. And I don't think there's anything here to get, not even a resource. We're gonna need a Rad-X up here. Let's see, Rad-X. Okay, got that, good. You know, for ghouls, this is really not a bad place. It's a really open area. It would even be nice if they'd actually included. Don't really wanna. If they had actually included areas like this as a settlement per se, that would have been nice. I guess this guy was cooking his food with nuclear fission. I like that, where the reactor is completely damaged. Alright, let's see. I think, you know what, we're going to confront this head on. Not taking any chances with this guy. Man, those guys can take a hit. They must be like those little necromongers on, they have to be like those little necromongers, you know, that Riddick had to deal with, where they just literally don't feel pain. You could probably write it off. You might be able to story-wise write it off by saying that, I think that's the direction we want to go. To literally write it off story-wise by saying, man, I seen that save and I'm thinking, oh man, here they come. Okay, so that's gonna take us out the other end. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save that direction. Or should I? You know what, let's go ahead and do this. Last time I did this, I actually got myself trapped in here. Oh, that's only got like one. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Let's just take some wild pot shots here. Oh, good. Okay, so purpose and October.
The chems effects are expired.
Did I do blasted? Nope. Purpose and October. Nope. Oh, man. Okay, that didn't work. Oh my god, even when I got an extra shot. Okay, come on, lockout. Let's go. We're on a time crunch here. Council has 2. Okay, oh man.
Sweet.
Alright, good. Alright, I am actually going to do a quick save here. So we don't. Maybe it'll tell us which way to go. If, okay, I do want that. See, this is like, this really, it's just so odd. That's just such an odd choice for a programmer to make. Like, that's just so odd that even during, I don't want the cigarettes. Even during beta testing, that should have come up to say we need to make sure we don't stand in front of the player. This is the only place where I believe the Creation Club content, where the actual previs is broken. That one particular angle is where the previs is broke. And I don't know if that's the fault of the creation kit, or it might just be the fact that I need to put in a previs patch, because creation kit is at the top of the load order, and then I have the previs precombines at the end of the load order, which means it's overriding the... We can actually go this way. It's actually overriding the creation. What the? It's actually overriding the Creation Club content. So, given that fact, okay, we might be able to pull this off. Given that fact, I need something that I can carry down to the bottom of the load order to patch the previs precombined repair pack. I believe that will fix that. That would be my initial guess. And I believe there's a patch hub that's got... There's a patch hub. Whoa. There's a patch hub that has... Well, there goes some stuff skittering. This, man. This place is packed. And the smaller they are, the harder they are to actually hit. I used to think when I seen the way that Bethesda actually handled... The way they handled when you have an automatic weapon and the way the bullets spray, where literally, instead of using recoil, instead of keeping the ballistics straight from where the barrel fires, and then using recoil as a technique to... Alright, we're going to go ahead and try going back this way and then getting back out. Instead of using recoil as the technique in which to cause the bullets to deviate from the target, they actually use bullet spread, which is just simply a delta, a variating delta from the original angle. And I used to think, wow, that was a really odd way to do that. Like, why would you choose to do that?
Workshop framework entries detected.
As opposed to using... opposed to using the recoil. That would have made more sense. But then I noticed other games do the exact same thing. They do the exact same thing. So they didn't really do anything majorly different. Oh, nope, we don't want to go there. We do have to go this way. But I don't think that's the direction I need to go. I think it's... What I'm thinking about is this way. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking about. And I saw where other games do that as well. That's how they create bullet spread. And I guess maybe they looked at both methods, and perhaps to kind of just visualize it in my mind, maybe if you have recoil going all over the place. Okay, what do we got going on up there? If you have recoil going on all over the place, that would look too chaotic.
Entering killing mode.
It probably was too chaotic. So the better thing would be to have a bullet spread. I still know you. pretty sure. I thought there was another.
Killing mode.
I thought there was another landmine through here, but I guess not. Okay, let's do the quick save up. Yeah, you can see how fast the quick saves are when at sometimes, and then once there's a lot of scripts running. And I'm not really sure how to manage that per se. Ah, here we go. Now the question is, where are they? That's the question. So we could, let's see. I'm assuming they're going to be coming from that other angle. But then again, it may be, I'm assuming they're going to be coming from that direction. But last time it put them all bunched up right on top of me. Where are you guys? They're in the Western Water Treatment Plant. Yeah, here they come. This is where they're at right here. I can see them coming. So they're coming this way. And I'm assuming they're going to be right through this door. Let's see how many we got. Look, they're lining up. It's like single file. That's easy enough. Man, that one was tough to take down. Alright, we got another incoming here. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Ease on up. Like he just kind of pokes his head out. He's going to ease on down the road. Okay, is that it? Is that all we got? Alright, let's see. He's on down the road. I think that's it. Wow, that was pretty uneventful. Unless they're further back. I would have thought they would have been further back. Okay. Let's take a peek up here. I'm pretty sure that's it. And we could... I think what we're going to do is... Let's go this way. And what we'll do is we'll come out the other end of the turnpike. We'll clear that, and then we will head over to Hardware Town, and we'll get Hardware Town cleared. Yeah, I don't think we're far off. Nope, not this way. Yeah, this is, we're on the opposite side. We need to go this direction. Wait, we got more. I just seen them up there. How many we got? We got a little block of them. They're kind of bunched up. I'd say there's more than... Okay. Let's bring him in. We got 2 down. I think I'm going to leave that closed in case they show up. They're going to have to funnel through this opening. And that will definitely limit what they're able to do. Yeah, I like the design of the subways here. It or the little access tunnels, your maintenance access tunnels, utility access tunnels. It reminds me a lot of Fallout 3. And I have to say, out of the Bethesda games, Fallout 3, just the atmosphere. And I know a lot of players, a lot of gamers didn't really like the way that... Is this where we're going to? Yep. A lot of the players didn't like how the map in the that the DC area was broken up into so many different submaps. I didn't really, for me, I didn't really mind that. I didn't. It made navigating it kind of really, it was almost obfuscated in a way because you really couldn't tell what was what. You had no idea which way you were going or what was going on. What is that? Oh, that's one of them giant cave rats. Wow, that thing was already overgrown cave rat. Yeah, you're not kidding. That thing is definitely overgrown. Okay, so I don't think this thing tells me anything. Yeah. Current receiving manifest. Yeah, I think this mostly just tells us that there's some supplies. I think I heard something pop up. I think it just tells us there's supplies. And we could actually see where I think one of the investigators was trying to track down exactly what was going on, where the supplies were going. I don't think is there anything over here? Yeah, we got a trunk. Let's see what we got. At least the lockpicking is a little bit easier than, let's say, hacking a computer. It would have been nice. Let's see if I got enough space. It would have been nice if. All right, let's unload some of this stuff. It would have been nice if there were hacking modules that the player could have on their person. Short plasma rifle. Let's get rid of the launcher. That's good. If they could, if the player could carry, let's say, a hacking module, and then maybe even upgrade a hacking module, or put a hacking module in their suit, in their armor, as another upgrade option. So, and I know you could have that in a companion, but let's say you put a hacking module in your suit, which is nothing more than it literally would be nothing more than, let's say, a CPU. Let's say it's a CPU, it's just literally it upgrades a CPU that you would have for your Pip-Boy. You could call it even a Pip-Boy upgrade. You literally could put it on the Pip-Boy and say it's a Pip-Boy upgrade. It's a hacking module that literally could do something as easy as eliminating many of the options that will not unlock the terminal, or automatically unlock the terminal based on the player's lock-picking skill, or even override the player's lock-picking skill. Okay, we're gonna go in the back way. We're going in Hardware Town next, so I think we're gonna go in the back way here. I usually go in the side door, which takes me down into the basement. And that way we can work from that angle. And hopefully, when we get jumped by ghouls, because we all know that's coming. Not that door, that's the back door. We're going to go into the side door here, which is going to take us down into the basement. Because we know when we get jumped by ghouls, hopefully they will be upstairs. It'll give the raiders something to deal with, so they can thin out the raider pack. But since we just got ghouls spawned in on us, hopefully that won't happen.
What's taking so long? I know I just saw someone out there.
This one looked like a good one, so let's shut up. Wait.
Maybe they went around back. Should we go check the loading dock?
What the hell was that?
Okay, don't come down here while I'm trying to pick a lock.
Huh?
Holy still. We got two guys back there. I thought I told you to shut up.
Sweet.
What if...
Okay, here we go.
What the...
Nothing. Hey,
I bet you when I drop this...
Entering killing mode.
Oh my god, look how many people there are! Whoa, okay, so we picked the prime target. We actually got picked the primary threat, which was the guy who was doing all the shooting. Holy smoke. Okay, we lucked out on that one. That was a complete luck out. Don't really want a railway rifle. Okay, where's the guy you... Oh, we are probably injured here. Let's see. Plenty of aspirin. I'll take the aspirin. Yeah, that turned out... That was really fortunate. That was very, very fortunate. Nope, no money in there. Oh, no money tonight in our pockets. No money tonight in our tea. Okay. Oh, look! If anybody remembers the, oh god, it was called, Spies Like Us. I think it had John Travolta in it. They stopped by this, they were American spies that were caught behind enemy lines in Russian territory. They were actually arrested. And another Russian who was arrested, I forgot what he did. It was supposed to be like a comedy, and he was arrested, so he helped them escape. And they were approaching they were actually approaching a checkpoint. So the Russians said, you know, he wanted one of the I think it was not Dana Carvey, but I can't think of his name. But it was one of the actors. They wanted him to look like a woman, you know, and you know he was doing, you know, he was kind of doing that accent, you know. He goes, "You need to be strong like a Russian woman," and then, you know, of course he kind of stuffed him up so he looked like a girl, and then he grabbed this bottle, and the one guy he went up and he gave the other guys a hug, and he's like, "Comrades," and he gave him a hug, and the guy that was dressed like a girl, he was like, you know, "What is that? Is that vodka?" He looked at him and he goes, "It's antifreeze." So, oh man, that was an interesting time. Okay, I'll take that. He's antifreeze. Okay, let's see. And of course, we all know that is very, very bad. It does not break down and accumulates, and our organs, especially the liver, does not like that. Okay, let's see. Like I said, I cannot believe how lucky I got with all the guys upstairs. That was so cool. One of the very interesting play mechanics of Pack Attack is Pack Attack actually has a distraction grenade. I thought about adding... I've had flash grenades in my game before. I might put flash grenades back in. I was kind of trying to keep the load order a little bit tighter for things that I don't use, but I might put flash grenades, at least not in this playthrough, but maybe in the next one I will put flash grenades back into my load order. And let's make our green paint. Back into my load order, along with glow sticks. Maybe some glow sticks and some flares. I don't really need it because I have, you know, I have the Vanguard headlight, you know, that I'm using here, you know, the headlight. So I don't really need it, but I think for maybe a playthrough it might be a good idea. Maybe. Okay, there is a lot of stuff in here. And I mean a lot. I think that's about all I want there. Yeah, sometimes whenever I exit, I'm using interactive animation. Sometimes when I actually exit, it doubles up. It turns right around and opens the same trade menu back up. And I've read somewhere there is a chain that F4SC plugins need to follow to make sure that the input is properly passed down the chain or up the chain, depending on how you look at it. And I don't know if Transfer Settlements was one that broke that or potentially could break it, because I remember seeing somebody had posted where we probably wouldn't get a fix for that. And I remember because I was looking up, okay, I'm looking for something. Oh, it's back there. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I think it was something about transfer settlements, because I think the problem I encountered was with Look's menu. With transfer settlements actually active, Look's menu would not allow me to use the mouse to click on any of the options. I could use the keyboard to some degree, but I just couldn't click on any of the, I couldn't click on any of the selections, whether it's a preset or a hairstyle. It wouldn't work. So, and even the mouse movement wasn't being passed. It's like it was stopping. So one of the plugins in the input chain captured the events, and you know, it wasn't using the events, but it just simply wasn't passing them on. And I believe it was transfer settlements, and that's what led me to kind of do a little bit of research on and see if other people had similar issues. Because when I did, wow, okay, we're gonna need some rad X here. Let me turn this down some. So when I did, let's turn this down a little bit here. When I did look it up, and then I disabled it. When I disabled transfer settlements, I actually disabled the plugin, which is just renaming it is all I did. The problem went away. I no longer had that problem. So just by simply renaming the plugin where it doesn't get loaded, I could actually use Look's menu. So it's, and I've also had a similar problem with. Let's see, we're gonna need to. We are gonna need this. And I've had a similar problem with trying to move the resource panels.
New location discovered.
What is this guy? I had a similar problem trying to move the resource panel in some settlements too. It wouldn't move. It's like something was capturing the inputs. So what I'm going to do is actually test that theory out. I'm going to disable transfer settlements and then see. Let's try this. I'm going to disable it and then see if I can. See, we're going the wrong way. We've got to go this way. Can I make it that way? Is there a way to get through there? Maybe. No. Oh, what is that? Man, what is this place? Looks like a raider encampment. I wonder if we could open this door. I think we can do it like this, maybe? That's interesting. It would have had open and closed door. Like open door, closed door, as opposed to simply just, open door if it's closed. A simple edit check to see the condition of the door, state of the door, before offering any options. I think that one is, I think we're in Diamond City now. Okay. There is there's a way to get up to... There's a way... I don't think I have anything to turn here. There's a way to get up to... Up there. Everybody. Let's stop on. And we are soaking up the rads. We are rolling in the deep here. Let's see. That way. Where is it? There's a way up. So almost missed it. Now, there's a way up there. What's that? Is get across to that building over there, rear racket, whatever that dude's name was, wherever he came from. Oh, this is not good. Okay, now we have an immune deficiency, so let's need to drape ourselves. This rat storm must be super, super bad. Man, what kind of rad storm is that? That's like Superstorm. Alright, we're gonna have to sit this out. Wow, we're still pulling rads.
If you need anything, you need to talk to me.
Head on inside.
I can't, man. I'm all irradiated. Stop irradiating me. Alright, let's go ahead. We got an antibiotic. Wait, did that work? That did not work. I thought the antibiotics would help.
Got a
That
question?
didn't help.
You should talk to Solo.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to stay over here. I don't think I can stand and wait. I don't think I just can stand still and wait. Radiation poisoning is ravaging my body. Oh, you know what? I bet you that since I've already used my antibiotic, we should have used Rad-X. So apparently a Radaway. There we go. Holy smoke, man, that is crazy. I cannot move from this location. I can't wait either. I don't think I have anything set to wait. Let me think. Well, nothing's attacking, so we definitely could... We could bunny hop to a location. The question is, what location should we hop to? Hangman's Alley, Backstreet Apparel. Vault 81. I might... Oh, I really would like to discover Ellie's shop, but... Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bunny hop over to Vault 81. And we will get ready to... We'll get ready to do the quest to get Curie. And I can finally let Dogmeat get some rest. Okay, so... Let's see how this goes. Hopefully by that time, whatever this radiation storm is will be over and done. But I still have the problem with the ghouls, because I'm not going to be able to go in Vault 81 at nighttime. the ghouls will follow me in. They did one time, and I was able to get most of them. I could deal with most of them up until they did take out the nurse. There's a nurse in there. It did take out the nurse. It took out the It took out the nurse. It took out the guard, and I think that's it. All right, let's see if we can weasel our way in. I hate to lose 2 fusion cores, but I think I've got plenty. Besides, since I'm a fellow vault dweller, I might as well help him out. All right, give me 1 sec. It is coffee time. I will be right back. I am back. All right. Once the settlements build, I'm going to go ahead and there's a couple things I need to put down that are very, very specific to my game that is not in Sim Settlements. So once they build, I need to put down an advance needs 76 coffee maker, which will allow me to brew coffee, and that way I don't have to use Nuka-Colas to stay awake. I need to put down a compost bin that will give me fertilizer. When food spoils, I can put the spoiled.
Vault 81 security.
I can put the spoiled food in it.
On a working pit boy, but you better start talking.
Okay.
I got it in Vault 111.
All 111. Haven't heard of that one yet. And what sort of business are you looking to take care of here in 81?
Yeah, what kind of business? I'm actually just checking it out, so to speak. What's with a 3rd degree? Just looking to do a little trading.
I'm just
I'll be honest.
I thought I'd take a look around.
Is that so? And you expect me to believe that? Oh.
So I need to put a compost bin. I need to put a coffee maker. I'll need to put the equip settler trunk.
Ma'am.
And I think there's one other thing I need to drop.
Well, if someone wants in, they can earn.
I know
like
those 3
everyone
for
else.
sure.
Let me speak to them.
Now, be my luck, it's
Sorry
going to go
about that.
beep, and before I get this
Officer
done,
Edwards
I'm going to be
just doing
surrounded
his
by
job.
ghouls, and
I'm
there's
sure
no
you can
way.
understand our need for caution. For newcomers, we like to operate on exchange. You help us, we help you.
Okay, let me try this.
But I'm a fellow Vault dweller. Can't you just let me in?
Excuse me, ma'am. Before you arrived, she did say she was from Vault 111.
Usually when I play, especially if it's a female character,
Is that so?
then I will, and I'm assuming that would be the lawyer character, although you could literally play as Nate, a female version of
Edwards,
Nate.
open the door and
I
make the
usually
announcement.
put the intelligence or the charisma fairly high, being the fact that she is a lawyer.
New mission
Okay.
objective received.
I don't know if there's a place to sleep. I think there's a place outside to sleep. However, to do that, it would be, it's going to be... Let me save this. I actually had a weird glitch in here where if these guys don't talk...
My guys have been working doubles for weeks now.
Oh, I know what it was. The ghouls
Everyone's
attacked before this
working hard
conversation
right now,
took
Cal.
place. They
Okay,
killed
now,
him,
just do the
whatever
best
this
with what
guy's
you
name
can.
is, Earl
That's all
or
I'm asking.
Fine.
Calvin.
I'll see
Yeah,
what I
Calvin.
can do.
Calvin
But
Klein
you and I both know we can't keep going on
declined
like this.
to have a conversation with anybody, and then she froze.
Sorry about that.
So there was no
As
way
you'll
to
soon see,
advance
we have a few
the
maintenance projects
quest.
underway. Gwen McNamara, Overseer. Welcome to Vault 81. We've never encountered a fellow Vault dweller. Is this Vault 111 you mentioned still operational?
Let's be honest here. Let's try to see.
No. Not anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that. What happened there? Did something go wrong?
They had us cryogenically frozen in these pods. Did something
My
malfunction?
upper lip
Oh my
looks
God.
weird.
All those lives lost due to some malfunction? That's unacceptable.
Let's just not notice
I suppose
that.
we've been lucky.
It looks
Here,
like I
we
got
pride
too much
ourselves on having
Botox or
maintained a
something, or my
successful
character
vault
has
over
too
these
much
past 2
Botox.
centuries. We'd like to be completely self-sufficient, but there are certain resources we can't provide ourselves.
I'm impressed you maintained a successful vault for this long.
Thanks. I owe it to the overseers before me, but some here would disagree. A few believe opening the doors to the Commonwealth was a mistake.
Aren't you curious about the Commonwealth and what it has to offer?
Of course. But my duty is to these people and keeping them safe. We receive a few select traders often enough to stay well informed. Now, I have work to do.
Ma'am, what about the dog?
I'll allow it. Security is already extra mindful as it is. If she's lived this long in the Commonwealth, I'm sure she's chosen her friends wisely. If you need anything else, I'll be in my office.
See, that I don't get. That I'm not
Mission
doesn't make any
objective
sense.
completed.
What about the dog? I'm sure she chose her friends
Everyone gets a
wisely.
personal welcome from the overseer herself. Normally, that's my job.
I appreciate the hospitality.
I can imagine. Being here must be a welcome reprieve after traipsing about the Commonwealth. Anyway, welcome to Vault 81. I'm Deputy Overseer Mansfield. If you have any questions or problems, please bring them to me.
This character, I believe, came from
Otherwise,
Sim
enjoy your
Settlements
time in the
too.
vault.
What do you do here?
I am the Deputy Overseer. I oversee the everyday happenings in the vault, and make sure everything keeps running smoothly. This allows the actual Overseer to focus on the bigger issues, like what color to repaint her office.
Anything interesting happening in the vault?
Have you stopped by the vault's clinic yet? I'm sure Dr. Forsyth would be eager to examine an outsider.
Okay, all right, that didn't pan out so much. Okay, let's see. We got to do a couple things here, and I hope we can.
Ashes, where are you going?
We'll get the cat in a minute.
Damn it. Aaron's not going to like
But
this.
first thing I want to do is I want to go talk to not Dr. Penske. But anyways, back to the dog. It's like she chooses her friends wisely. It's a dog. It's a canine. I mean, we don't have philosophical discussions. Not outside of what Robin Williams might have quoted in Bicentennial Man. That's the extent of the dog's skills. So outside of that, I have no idea. Oh, not this guy.
Hey lady, are you really from the Commonwealth?
I am.
Yes, I am.
And I imagine
I knew
you
it.
are so incredibly
Hey,
bored
I
in
can show you
this
around the vault if you want. Just by
in this vault that you're just so excited.
How did you know I was here?
Gran says I have a knack for finding stuff out that I'm not supposed to. Actually, she ain't my Gran. She's just Priscilla. But she acts like my Gran. When my mom and dad died, she took me in. Anyways, do you want me to show you around or not?
Not yet. Not necessary.
That's not necessary. I can find my own way around.
Oh, you're no fun.
Yeah, that's what they say. Okay, let's go this way.
If you want a good meal, see Maria at the cafeteria.
All right, I do want this magazine.
I love it. I didn't think I'd ever make it in with the hours I've been working.
Okay, we need to go this
Stay
way.
out of trouble.
We need to get to the doctor so he can take our blood. That will allow us to trigger the quest. Classroom? This actually closed? Yeah, well, that's interesting. Okay. You know, all the times I've ever been in here, I've never seen that closed. It's always been open, even if nobody's in there.
Welcome, welcome. I hope I'm not being presumptuous, but I'd like to ask you a favor. Would you mind donating some medical samples?
I think with skin, I believe what they tried to do with
Sure.
I believe what they tried to
You
do
can have some
with
blood.
Starfield
Excellent.
is they
Just have a
tried
seat,
to
and I'll
put
draw some
certain textures to have better subsurface scattering. Because he still kind of looks, his skin looks very, very
This
plasticky,
will only take a sec.
especially with light reflections. And usually you wouldn't see that unless a person's
Hardly heard
skin
a
is
bit.
incredibly wet
Thank you.
or
This will be of
oily.
great help.
Some type of
Now,
oil on the skin would cause
I
that kind of
need to get
reflection.
these prepared immediately.
Okay, you prepare your injectables while I need to get out of here and find the cat
If you wanted me to
before
stop by my salon sometime.
ghouls attack again. It's really interesting because I will double check after this stream is done, and you know, once I go back to Sanctuary and do my restock, I will check. But come on, buddy, let's go right here. There you go. To see if, because I'm positive I have that set to not spawn indoors, but they will still come indoors. So I'm assuming that if the base script worked, you know, if Feral Knights, if the base scripting actually works, there's got to be something that's overriding it or doing something. But I have no idea what that would be at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go find the cat.
Calvin's always looking for tools. I heard he'll pay caps if you got them.
Fair enough. Okay. Calvin seems to have his plate full, trying to keep up with what the Overseer actually needs. I would have also loved to see, I would have liked to have seen vault attacks. Obviously, after 200 years, they're going to know the vaults are here. They're going to know the location of the vaults, because it's pretty obvious. Somebody's going to go in that cave. For whatever reason, someone is going to enter that cave to, whether to hide or just to see if there's any resources in there, or where they may, you know, a place they might consider safe to sleep in. So, I would love to see vault attacks where, when you come back, it's random. I haven't seen that yet. There may be a mod for it already. I haven't seen it. Where when you revisit locations, part of the random encounter framework, you know, in a sense, when you go back to the vault, what is that? There's something over here. When you go back to the vault, there will actually be raiders trying to enter the vault. They will try to get in. Okay, there's dogs. And there's something there. Is that a chicken?
Entering
That is a
feral
feral
mode.
ghoul. It goes to show you how my brain puts things together. Okay, let's see. Now I get to see him better. You know, because that would add these really neat, dynamic encounters. You know, to where you visit a location, and the next time you visit a location, there's people actually trying to get into and or destroy that location. That would be, I think that would be a really, really immersive,
Entering killing mode.
big rad rabbit. God, that thing can
Entering
run.
killing mode.
I think that would be a very, very immersive thing. Those cars. There are times when I'm almost tempted to... That is not happening. Because I guarantee you, if it's glowing, it's going to attack. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Because what we're looking for is the cat. And then once we come back to Vault 81, then we can run the gauntlet to get Curie, and we will start taking Curie with us. This is probably the most I've actually had dog meat with me ever. Most of the time I will take Piper. I'll get dog meat, and then I will grab Piper as soon as I can. She's really good with her gun. She's really good with that. So I kind of rely on that as opposed to, you know what we're gonna do? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We are going to do this. Since they're bugs. Whoa! Well, I guess he shot me and then just kind of baked. Kind of self-baked. Okay. He's like, I'm gonna make sure I get this one maggot shot in. Just this one shot before I wind up smoking. Okay. Whoa, now that's burning back in there.
Entering killing mode.
It's so hard to hit the body. Whoa, what is this?